Small funny thing. I sat down, I pressed record to get ready to do this video, and then I realized I had my hat to the front. Then I forgot which hat I was wearing today, and yeah, rough season. What's going on, guys? My name is Demetric, and I'm a wedding and lifestyle portrait event, a little bit of everything photographer based out of Washington, D.C. And this is my very first video of 2021, and I'm here to tell you all about how I left my job during the pandemic here in 2020. So right off the bat, this was an incredibly hard decision to make. This is something that I've been stewing on for the last like 2 years or so. So I've been building this photography business for the last 2.5 years, and I've been itching to really grow it, right? So I've been in sales. So my previous job, 9 to 5, I worked in sales for the last 5.5 years. Great company, amazing people. But I fell in love with taking pictures, right? Dating back to when it was the iPhone 4, I believe, when the cameras really started getting good with the iPhone, and like FaceTime came out and everybody was like, whoa, what is this? I live in DC, so I used to walk around and just take pictures of all the cool architecture and just being that guy in the friends group that always took pictures of everything, that always like found the cool angles with their camera phone. Yeah, that was me. I was that guy in the group. So that quickly escalated to something that I was finding a big passion for, and then Instagram came out, and then I started an iPhone photography Instagram page, and then that slowly started to get some traction. And then I remember I went in and bought my very first camera. It was like a Canon, it was like a T6. The T6i was my very first camera. And I think that's when I really started to take this thing extremely serious. And then I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I remember we were talking about, passions. Like, what can we do where we could actually wake up every day and be excited to actually go and do, like, every single day. And for the longest, I've been an extremist, like an extremely creative person. Whether it be like me, I was a hardcore skateboarder when I was a teenager, and I loved to draw growing up. I had like pads and pads and pads filled with doodles. I would even be in class, like just daydreaming, not even paying attention to what was going on, just doodling in my notebook. But anyways, we were talking, and I was like, what is that one thing that like I would really love to do? And for so long, I just didn't know. And I fell into the fitness world. Did that for a little bit, and then I quickly fell out of that. That passion left really fast. And then I was thinking back to that conversation, and I never really stopped taking pictures, right? And then little did I know that my passion was like literally sitting in my hands, like just photography. Like I did it, and I didn't realize it was something that I actually loved to do. And so I remember just sitting on Google and Googling what is in photography, what is the most money, I'm messing this all up. Like in photography, like how can I make the most money with photography? And the very first thing that came up was weddings. And I quickly, to be honest, I jumped into it really quick. What I did was I went on Instagram and I started looking up the top 10 wedding photographers in the DC area, and I shot them small DMs saying, hey, my name's Demetric, I'm trying to build a portfolio. Is there anything I can do to help you? Like I would come, I would hold your bag, I would fill your drinks, like whatever I can do to just like to help you, like absolutely for free. And I literally DM'd about 20 to 30 wedding photographers in the area pretty much every day for about a week, a little over 100 or so, right? And I would say like 30 something replied, and like 10 of them said maybe, and only 3 out of the 100 plus said, yeah, sure, come along. I went in, had tons of fun. I learned so much from those 3 wedding photographers, and like, to this day, I still have good relations with them, but I literally owe everything to them. And with that knowledge and with that small portfolio I was able to use with just helping them, I was able to actually branch out on my own and start attracting some type of clientele. And I did an engagement shoot, was my very first job. Like, looking back at it now, it was horrendous. It was just so bad. And this was just like, I would say it was almost 2 years ago. So this was like 2018, because I really started making some good traction. It was like the middle of 2019. But yeah, the engagement shoot went horrible, but like thankfully they loved the pictures and they actually recommended me to a couple of friends of theirs. And then that's how it just all got started. And then I was doing all of that while working this job that I've been at for so long. Like I said, I didn't hate it, but it was just one of those things where, like, you see those videos where the alarm goes off and you wake up and you just feel just unmotivated, and you just don't want to do anything in regards to that career anymore. Like, you just feel dead. And it was getting to the point where I was going to work and I was starting to feel bad for the company, because I'm just a good guy, and like when I do something I want to give it my all, and I just got to a point where I just couldn't give my all anymore, right? And then I was just sitting there just literally counting down the minutes and the hours until I was able to go home. And I would sit there and just daydream about, you know, continuing to build this business so it can actually become my main income. So I would say middle 2019 is when I kind of got fed up, and I just went balls to the wall. Like, I was posting every day on Instagram. I know, hey, listen guys, here's a quick tip. So, like, shoot for free. Like, whatever you do, like if you're just getting started and you need to get your name out there, your business out there, and you gotta build a diverse portfolio. Like, I was DMing like models and couples and just different people, just asking if I can just meet up with them and give them some free photos. And I was doing that, you know, just to continue to build my portfolio and make it a little more diverse. And I also jumped into like different paid sites, I would say. So a big site, quick tip, a big site that I use and I still to this day use, Thumbtack. Thumbtack is a like pay for lead service kind of website. So whoever's looking for any type of photography, whether it be weddings, engagements, birthdays, portrait photography, brand, you know, they're looking for, you know, pictures for their brand or even pictures for like their Tinder profile. They post a job up there, or they can look at your profile and they can reach out to you. And if they hit you up, then you just pay for that lead, and it's like X amount of dollars for that lead. So that it can get expensive. Like, I've spent a lot of money in leads using that site, but it can make you a good amount of money starting out if you really work on your communication skills and know how to talk to these leads that are coming in. And like some other websites is Bark.com, which is another website that's similar to Thumbtack, but it's a little cheaper. And obviously, like, the big ones out there are like The Knot and Wedding Wire. So, like, if you have some extra cash, like, I would definitely invest in one or two of those websites and just try to just filter in all the leads you can to continue to grow the business. But I was starting to see some crazy traction. And then I set a goal that I was going to leave my job the beginning of 2020, right? And here comes like the fear and the anxiety of actually taking that leap, because this is something, like I mentioned, I wanted to do for a while. So So here comes 2020 January, and I'm like, listen, like this is it. I'm doing it. I had a close friend. I was telling him at the office. I was like, look, like this is the day I'm going to do it. And then here comes January, and I flop. I don't. The day comes, and like my palms are sweaty. I don't even do it, right? And there's a whole bunch of factors in why, but the biggest one is just fear of actually just taking that leap, right? And then what I did was I pushed it out. I was like, well, maybe I'll wait a little bit. I'll do it the next month, right? So February comes, and I still don't do it, right? Now I push it out again, right? I was like, well, me and my family, we're trying to buy a house, so let me secure this house first, and then I'll leave my job, right? That's insert excuse. And then for the next couple months, I'm saving up a little money because we are trying to buy a house. And August comes around, and we finally buy the house, right? And this is already like full-fledged pandemic, pandemic's happening. And the funny thing is, like, I lost a little bit of money, but the leads were still coming in, so I was able to still make, some decent money with photography even during the pandemic, because I haven't slowed down at all, right? And then, so anyway, so we buy the house, and then I set a goal of like 2 weeks after our moving date, and that date comes around, and I still don't do it. Like at this point, I'm just hitting myself in the head, just like really digging deep, like asking myself, like, why am I not doing it? I had several friends that were already full-time photographers, and I'm sure they were getting tired of me like hitting them up, asking them to give me advice or to give me a good push and some motivation to actually do it. But shout out to them, and I'm thankful for them to actually for actually leading the way for me. But anyways, so I don't do it again, and then I would say it's about to get cold. So it was like around October. It was around the middle of October. All right. I sit down with my spouse, and I get a notepad, right? And I come up with a list of reasons why I should do it and why I shouldn't do it. I'll tell you, the list of why I should was definitely heavier than the reasons why I shouldn't do it. And I take that list and I save it. I take a picture of it, save it on my phone, and I just look at it every day. I look at it every day to remind myself of the big goal, right? So what I did was I set a date of November 6th. It was maybe like 2 weeks before I was actually supposed to do it. And what I did was I went into work one day, and I think someone pissed me off, to be quite transparent. Somebody made me mad or said something, and I got annoyed. And then I remembered that it was 2 weeks away, and that it was now or never. So I scrapped that November 6th was the day I was going to do it. So I scrapped that, I went in, and that day is when I put in my notice to my job. I made November 6th the last day I was going to work at that job. Guys, I can tell you, when I left my job for the last time, the emotion that came over me was overwhelming, because I've just been so long, and I've been through so much just trying to get to this moment. Like, I've tried to build businesses before, years and years ago, like just different businesses, and they just failed, right? And then I went through some incredibly tough times in like 2014 and 15, like homeless, like mom passed away, and just going through battles and battles and battles with different people. It was rough times. And I just knew I deserved better, right? I just knew I deserved so much more. And to finally feel like I accomplished something was incredibly rewarding. And it's a feeling that I want for everybody, that I wish everyone looking at the video can experience. So yeah, that's my story. So, to cap it off, my message to you is to just do whatever your heart desires. We all hear the "you only live once" saying, but if you truly just sit and think about it, it's so true. You only live once, so why be patient about it? It's like, why take things with a grain of salt? Like, if you make a decision, especially if you know if it's going to better your health, better your wealth, and better your everyday life. If you're actually going to wake up and feel enthused, feel excited about doing X, just do it. Take the leap. It's scary. It's always going to be scary, right? But if you put a legit plan in place and you believe in yourself, you can accomplish it. Like, to this day, it's been a few months now and I'm still scared, right? This pandemic is still going on. Like, I'm still busting my ass trying to find the next job. But it's working because I believe in myself, right? And if you don't believe in yourself, then I don't know what to tell you. Because if you can get to a place when you can always bet on yourself, then you're always going to win. So anyways, guys, that's my story. 2020, pandemic, in the middle. I dropped everything to pursue a full-time photography, wedding business. So, and this is also the launch of my channel. So a YouTube channel is something else that I really am going to put a lot of time in this year. So please leave a comment down below if you want me to drop any other insights in regards to photography, in regards to business. I'm going to be dropping a video maybe once a week. Not maybe, listen, that's me. I will drop a video once a week. And I'm going to be pushing for 2 times a week, but I guarantee once a week. Whether it be like behind the scenes of me being at weddings when they start up again, or engagement shoots, or any other type of events. And like I said, if you want to know any other business insights, like I'm not, the best. I don't know everything, but I do know a little bit. And whatever I know, I would definitely love to share with you guys. So hope you guys enjoy that. I will be dropping another video the following week, so be sure to subscribe and hit that like button and share it if you liked it. Until next time, guys.